Hey, I'm Ron Drotos from KeyboardImprov.com, and one of the most gratifying things for me as a teacher is to help people sort of embrace live performing, getting out there and doing it no matter what happens, rolling with the punches, just consistency. You prepare and then you do your best, but you don't really know what's going to happen, right? Musically or in the situation you're in with the audience. And that's part of the game. It's a lot of fun once you can get out and just embrace that. So one of the things I always tell my students or classes that I teach is about the first time I performed as a pianist in public. And it's a fairly unusual story, but it happened to me the first time. And I think it helped me for the rest of my life because I sort of got it over with, you know. So I was about 15 or 16 years old, and I didn't really grow up with traditional piano lessons, so I never had the piano recitals where you get out and play a piece. I played trumpet in school band in elementary school, and then I played guitar in a rock band for a couple of years, and then I went back to the piano at around age 15. And so my high school had a talent show. And in my particular high school, there was going to be jugglers, maybe another piano player, maybe someone who played jazz. I played some jazz, some rock or classical. But you kind of knew that there was one rock band that we knew was going to win. You know, they were just loud, big. They had all these people, you know. And sure enough, they won. So I knew I wasn't going to win going into it. So I just decided to have fun. But we had 8 minutes. And there was a nice grand piano on stage. And what I decided to do was come up with a medley, or what they might call now a mashup. So keep the audience's interest, you know, not play 8 minutes of the same thing, but go from one song to a second song to a third. And even back then, I was pretty good at it. That's one of my strengths, is programming songs and shows and stuff like that. So I decided to play 3 things I'd been working on. One was from the real book, and it's a Keith Jarrett, it's the encore from the Cologne concert. And it was in the real book, they called it Memories of Tomorrow. That wasn't really the title, but it went something like this. And I really loved playing it, and I thought that would be sort of relaxing, not too jazzy at first, but warm the audience up. And then I go to a down-home blues. So I thought that would really get him, right? But the thing I was saving, my ace in the hole, piece de resistance, was at the end of that, I'd kind of do this, and then do a glissando, and launch into a fast, exciting boogie-woogie, sort of early rock and roll number like this. Left hand, right? So that's going to get him. That's the moment. So I'm going to play that Keith Jarrett. I'm going to go into the slow blues, do the glissando, and then they're going to go nuts, right? That was the plan. Didn't exactly work like that. So I play the Keith Jarrett. People like it. I can kind of sense them listening, right? There's a few hundred people in the auditorium. Then I go to the slow blues. And I hear this guy from the audience yell out, "Yeah, he's got it!" So I'm like, okay. If they like this, they're gonna love that moment when I do the glissando and go into the fast boogie-woogie left hand. So I'm playing this, they're liking it, I don't know, clapping along, whatever. I do that, I do the glissando, and I play that, and the guy says, "Well, he had it!" And the whole place starts cracking up, right? And you know, I've told that to a lot of people, and some people are like, "Didn't that devastate you? How could you keep going?" You know, but I realized 2 things right away. First of all, I was playing well, so there's no reason to get embarrassed by it. But the second thing is that, you know, he was right in a way. I mean, he liked that slow blues. So for him, when I go into the fast part, that wasn't as good. It was sort of a letdown, maybe, you know? The rest of the audience liked it, but I realized he was kind of right on one level, but also, you know, he liked my playing. You know, that's the whole thing. It wasn't a put down. It was just someone who liked to express himself verbally, maybe a little over the top, not so appropriate because he didn't think about how I was feeling, right? But you just got to go with the flow, have fun. So let me play a little bit of that slow blues to take us out, and get out there and perform and just roll with the punches.